Hello everyone, welcome back to another Ableton tutorial. It is lovely to have you here. Big shout out to everyone liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and a massive thank you to these awesome folk whose names are appearing in front of you now, supporting on Patreon. The support over there really helps me keep making what I'm making, keep sharing what I'm sharing, so thank you to these awesome folks. As always, this set will be available on Patreon at the end of today's session. You can download it, you can do whatever you like with it, you can release it, you can change it around, change some of the sounds, use it as a starting point to start some of your own ideas. That's the same for all of the sets on my Patreon, which are available to, of course, to all Patreon members, and all of the sets, which are from all of my videos, you can also get as one-offs for €3. Right, that's enough advertising. Let's get stuck into it. So, the title in this video, I don't really know what genre this is. Suggestions in the comments below. If you've got an idea, you can hear what's going on in the background behind you. This is what we're going to make today. I'm just going to show you through some of the techniques I use to explore sounds to make a beat like this. We're going to look at a few different things. Let's press stop on all of these. So, I've prepared two things today. If you're wanting to follow along and make along, you can prepare these yourself. I'm at 150 BPM. I've just got like let's turn it down because it might be quite loud. I've just got a sort of garagey percussion loop there. And the only other thing I've prepared is this drum rack. It sounds like this. And at this simple MIDI clip. I'm not going to be remaking those, but yeah, that's what I've prepared today if you want to follow along and sort of do what I'm doing. Right, let's start with doing something with those hats. I'm going to minimize all of those. I'm actually going to bring the drums across because, we may as well keep using those. Come on, can you come across here, please? Thank you very much. Right, let's start by dropping those hats into a granulator. So I'm going to bring in an instruments granulator over here. We're going to aim for some sort of really glitchy tones with this. We'll drag you into here and we'll drag that hats loop just into the granulator like that. Let's make a MIDI clip here, double click C3, and that's going to go legato for the whole bar. And we're going to just press play on that and see how we're going. Right, we're getting sort of, exactly as we're expecting, just this little bit right in the middle. Let's bring in a couple of LFOs. So audio effects, LFO. I'm going to bring that double click. I'm going to change a couple of things here. I'm just going to change this to random and increase the speed a little bit. And let's give it a little bit of smooth. I think that'll be nice. Right, let's duplicate that twice. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to map it to the position. Nice. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to map it to the grain size. I'm going to bring the grain size down a little bit. And I'm going to bring the range down on this. Wow. This is getting kind of crazy already. Lovely. Let's map the third one to the transpose, but again, let's make this really short. Really small. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn the smooth off on the position one. And I'm going to turn the smooth off on the transpose as well. There we go. Some cool sounds happening there. Right, now, we're going to use this sound, but let's make a layer for it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in instruments wavetable. I'm going to create some chords with this wavetable. Let's press stop on that for now. So I'm going to just use MIDI effects, expressive chords for this, drag it in before the wavetable. I've done some videos on this. I think of this kind of like a chord sampler. So each one of these plays a different chord as opposed to a different sample, but it's super handy for making nice progressions nice and quickly. Let's double click. Let's make a MIDI clip. I'll tell you what, I'm going to drag all of this down so we're on a different scene. I'm going to make this a 4-bar chord progression. So we're going to change the length of this MIDI clip to 4. And I'm just going to put in some chords like this. I'm changing them not on the bar. I think that's going to be nice. It's going to just give a bit more movement. Let's do something like that, and then we don't need to worry about what the notes are because the chord device does that for us. Let's take out that last one, and how does that sound? All right, these two are getting a bit low, so let's maybe try these. Nice. Okay, let's do something with the sound. Let's make this a triangle wave. Let's turn the release off. No, actually a little bit of release. Let's turn the sustain all the way up. I'm just gonna bring the volume down a little bit. Let's add some noise. Let's just add a little bit of LFO to the pitch on there. So let's, I need to click on detune here. I need to go to the matrix. Yes. Probably a bit too much. Right, let's bring the amount right down here. Yes, that's giving us this nice sort of nostalgic kind of a feel to that. Let's bring this all the way down. Right, let's connect this to this weird glitchy granulator sound that we made. So I'm actually going to turn this audio to sends only. I'm going to double click, turn that all the way back up. Let's come back to this granulator and let's bring in an audio effect vocoder after this. Vocoder. I made a whole video recently about the vocoder and all sorts of cool stuff you can do. We're going to look at a couple of those things today. I'm going to change the carrier to be external, and I'm going to choose that wavetable that I just made, which is this one right here. So now when I press play on this, yeah, we're getting sounds coming from the granulator, but it's the wavetable that's giving us the pitches. This is quite nice. Let's adjust some things here. Let's turn on enhance here. Yeah, this is all, it's sounding sort of nice, really nice and drippy. A little bit more gate. This is really nice. Right, let's a little bit of dry wet, just a little bit of the glitch coming through. Nice. Okay, let's put an OTT after all of that. Audio effects, multiband dynamics, OTT. Yeah, we can now even maybe have a bit more of this. Let's bring the level of this up. This is really nice. I'm really liking this. Okay, yeah, maybe even a little bit. Just want a tiny bit of that glitch coming through. Maybe we need to bring this back a little bit. There we go. This is really nice. Okay, cool. Let's make another layer for those synth chords. So I'm going to Shift-Command-T, new MIDI track. I'm going to take MIDI input from the wavetable that's giving us the chords. I'm going to turn this on. And let's bring in an instrument. Let's bring in another wavetable here. Why is that not receiving those chords? It should be receiving chords from the wavetable. Post effects. Oh, do I need to press stop and start again? Is that a weird thing that needs to happen? No? Ah, this needs to be 11. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's solo this. Let's get some, just kind of a really short, stabby sound for this. So, like a sort of whoop. Yeah, and let's maybe have a... Yeah. Let's connect that envelope to the filter cutoff as well. So let's go to the matrix, filter cutoff, amp 1. There we go. Nice. Let's add some shimmer. Yeah. This is nice. Okay. A little bit of raw, I think will sound nice, just to sort of saturate it a little bit. Bring a raw in. Let's just use the mid band here, and I'm going to use the noise injection shaper. There we go. Oh, that's really nice. Let's add some delay to that. Echo. And I think I want this... Ooh, wrong way. This way. Yeah, less feedback. Yeah, let's get some filter on it. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, maybe a little bit of reverb. Yeah. So now we've got two things playing this same chord progression. So we're having the chords being triggered by that expressive chords device. It's doing this wampy thing, but it's then also sending those same chords to the granulator over here, which is controlling the vocoder. So that we're getting those same chords, but sort of doing some weird stuff. That's really nice. All right. Actually, I'm gonna... How does this sound with the drums? Nice. Let's drag this clip down here. Cool. Let's add these hats and snares in. So I'm going to bring in a new audio channel. Just Command T. Where did that go? Oh, is it somewhere in here? Oh, there it is. Right. Okay, cool. I'm going to Option, click, drag across. This is our new hats and snares. Let's come over here. I'm going to double click on it. We're going to click Warp. It's warped it as 2 bars already. Let's bring it down in case it's too loud, and let's solo it just with the drums for now. And how does it sound? Yeah, super quick. I actually want that to be half that tempo. Oh, we need to turn loop on as well. Okay, cool. And here we go. This is already really nice. Let's use this mode. No, let's come back to this mode. Let's actually pitch that up an octave because that's going to give us some more cool glitchy stuff. Yeah. Cool, super nice. Okay, let's add a vocoder after this as well. Let's just get some weird tonal stuff happening on that, some weird sort of sounds. So let's drag a vocoder in. I'm going to use Modulator. This is the video that I did, Spectral self-modulation. Let's turn these drums off and let's get some... Yeah, this is nice. Link in the description if you want to watch the whole video I made about this technique and all sorts of cool stuff you can do with it. Let's bring some formant down. Yeah. No, maybe... Yeah. Yeah, like this. And now a little bit of the dry sound coming through. Let's turn this up. Yeah! With the drums. Super nice. Right, with everything else. This is really nice. This is really nice. Okay, let's stop all of that. And I'm not worrying too much if the sort of spectral sound on the hats and snares is matching the chord progression there. It's such a subtle thing happening in the background, and I don't really mind that it's maybe playing different notes. Maybe you do. You can make your own decisions. You're adults. Right, let's make a bass line. Let's add a bass line to this. So let's bring in, for this, I'm actually just going to use a preset. There's Ableton has this really nice FM bass preset that I use a bunch. Let's drag that in over here. And let's make a bass line out of those same chords. So I'm going to solo this. Let's turn the chords back on. So we press this. I'm going to take the MIDI from that channel, which is 12 wavetable. Let's turn this on. Yeah, so now we can hear it's just playing the chords. Right, okay. So we need to do some stuff with this MIDI information to begin with. So I'm going to bring in a pitch device in here, MIDI effects. I'm going to bring in a pitch device. And I'm going to say, I want you to fold all of those notes into one octave. So I'm going to pick the bottom of that as C1 and just 11 semitones. Then I'm going to choose mode fold. So what that's going to do is going to take any note that's outside the range from C1 up to, well, B1. And it's going to transpose those notes inside this octave range. So it means that whatever notes come out, it's going to happen inside this range. And I'm actually going to bring... I'm going to bring an arpeggiator in before that as well. How does that sound? Right, let's change this sound a little bit less FM. A little bit less of this. Right, let's do some stuff with this arpeggiator. I don't like this. I don't like this super straight ding, 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 ding. Let's change that. So let's use an envelope MIDI device in here. So this is going to trigger every time it receives a MIDI note, which is before the arpeggiator. Let's change this to... Oh, goodness me. Let's find like a nice slow point here. And I'm going to use this envelope over here to go down. I want that to be like maybe minus there. This is nice. Okay, maybe slightly longer at the end. Maybe faster at the start, so we need less here. And maybe it takes longer to get down. Yeah. Oh. Okay, this is going down too slow now. And maybe need more like this. down. This is really nice with everything else. Okay, we've got some cool sounds happening here. Let's do some sidechaining. Let's bring in audio effects compressor. I'm going to drag that onto the hats and snares channel. I'm going to sidechain that against just the main drums, which is channel 9. I'm just going to option drag that onto all of these channels now. Drag that onto this channel, drag that, oh, it's gone over here, drag that onto this channel. Right, and let's adjust some of the settings on these. So this is the super glitchy sound. I want this to be really quite... Yeah. This is nice. That this is the synthy. No, this is the synthy stabby sound. Oh, I don't need the compressor on here. That's just going to confuse things. We can take you off there. This is the stabby sound. This is already actually sounding quite nice at this setting, and the bass also is sounding already, I think, quite nice. Let's do one more thing with this this granulator sound here, because it is really quite random. So I'm going to make it just a little bit choppy. So I'm going to bring in a utility device in here, and I'm going to bring in an LFO. Where have you gone, LFO? So this is a nice way of creating a chopper effect, a tremolo effect, if you like. So I'm going to set this to be one direction. I'm going to set this to be -50, and I'm going to map that to the output gain here, and so we can hear we can see and hear what's happening. So if we change this to like a square here and change the rate to be 16th notes. So we can get a nice sort of chopper effect there. We could smooth that out a bit. Maybe I'd actually want this to be on 8ths. Yeah, this is quite nice actually. Actually, I'm going to do this on up like this. Yeah, this is nice. And let's adjust the shape a little bit. Oh, the other way. There we go. No, I wanted this. What am I doing? There we go. So this is how I made this beat. I think I maybe just did a little bit more processing and stuff, but not so much. I've got no idea what genre this is. Please drop your suggestions in the comments below. Hope you learned something from this. Hope you got inspired to sort of try new tricks in different ways, new things. I'll see you next time.